I am Donnie Dangerous. This here,
The Phil.
you're watching UWA Underground. You think?
Maybe, just maybe, one of them might want to come home with me someday.
Yeah.
Are you single right now?
What's that supposed to mean?
Keep digging for that thing. The Phil wins this time.
Oh my God, I've been shot! You've been shot! I've been shot! You've been shot! Diggs! Warm up the limo! Diggs! Warm up my seat in the limo!
Who else you got, Phil?
Johnny Luscious!
I'm definitely going to be there, so they can get my autograph.
He'll be taking up the first two rows. Folks, we have just come off of chaos in the capital, in the heart of Canada, Ottawa, Ontario.
I know that place.
I should hope you do. That's where we're at every single week, pretty much.
Oh,
That's where we tape the show.
all right.
Let's get underway with the first match. We had two of our UWA resident high flyers, being Zach Storm, the Prodigy, and Taylor. Now, these two, as you and I know, it may not be privy to all of our fans, are actually road buddies. These guys have toured
They're
around
great
Canada.
friends.
Yeah.
They practice in the ring together every week.
But you know what? Great friends make better enemies.
Well,
This
they
match-
know their moves, so
This
they know how to
match
counter and
was
everything.
great.
Of
If you
course.
guys saw this, these guys are innovative, they're high flyers, they're risk takers. In the end, it was our man Taylor, who's been on the show before, and now dons the mask for...
Yeah, he was
What
in
happened?
an interview.
What happened? Why is he wearing a mask now? Is this a question maybe for some of the feedback?
I know the answer to this, but I can't let it out. It's a medical situation, and I can't.
Fair enough. Pretty boy gone ugly.
I will not say a thing. He's
enough.
probably still pretty.
Fair enough. All right, let's move on to our next match.
All right. The next match was Bolin versus Mr. Class A1. I don't know why A1 is not in a main event situation. He's second match on the card.
We'll get to why it wasn't in the main event a little later. As you guys know, it was supposed to be Sabu and Rhino in the main event. We'll get to that in due time. Mr. Class A1, my personal favorite, Bolin. Powerhouses. We're talking Mr. Class A1, part of Team Canada in NWA TNA, Total Non-Stop Action.
Yeah, I love that show. It's going to be on Spike TV, just to let you know. But
Gotta love that. Mr. Class A1, part of Team Canada, Bolin, one of the top 25 powerlifters in the world. Man, how could you not want to see that much muscle just pounding the tar out of each other 2 matches into the show?
2 matches. He should be higher up, and
He should,
I'll
but
explain why in later on.
Sometimes in wrestling, when you take steps back, you end up getting your foot that much further in the door.
You think you're so smart, don't you? Let's go on.
Who's the mark here?
Let's go on.
All right. Any which way, Mr. Class A1 pulled it out for the victory in the end with a little low tactics. We'll leave that aside. A1, the victory over Bolin. Move on to the next match.
He pulled it out.
Up next, folks, we had a 6-man tag match. Yeah, 6.
Yeah.
We had Now Playing, being Castor McPherson,
Yes.
Dino,
Yes.
Cheeky,
Yes.
and we have a little update about Now Playing coming up shortly.
Later.
We had newcomer Ryan Rush,
That guy's built.
the Canadian Rage Chris Cage,
He's Canadian.
and the Daytona Beach bad boy Jason Cage. You gotta love a team. That's a dream team. We had Chris Cage, Jason Cage, and the newcomer Ryan Rush. Very impressive in his UWA debut in his hometown, Ottawa,
He
Ontario.
was cheered well. He had some fans
family?
there, yeah. Well,
Fans, family, it's all the
he
same.
told me to call them fans.
Either which way, in the end, now playing, the veterans, so to speak, managed to pull the victory
As they should.
with a little outside help.
Yo,
Now Playing gets the victory. Let's move on to talk about Now Playing. Now Playing is officially UWA's, I don't know if they're the first, but they are now
the big faction.
they are now our primary stable.
Yeah.
We have had our premier diva, Porsche Perez, join the likes of Dino, Cheeky, and Castor McPhear.
And she's hot.
Restraining orders, dude. Watch what you say. We have our tag teams, Dino Cheeky. We have our single competitor, Castor McPhear. And we have our diva to round it out with Porsche Perez. I think we're going to see some interesting stuff from Now Playing.
I really love Now Playing to begin with, and now I have more to look forward to when they come out.
I got some rumor control. It's been a little while.
Oh, I hate rumors.
Well, then go away. Rumor control. Keep a close eye on Now Playing. I think we'll see the ranks grow very shortly. Let's move on to our next match.
All right, next match was a six-man gauntlet. And the first two competitors that came out were Spatula and Cinder.
Whoa. Can't you get anything right? Move over here, Tyler.
Thought you left too.
It was Spatula. Spatula.
Spatula.
He is one of our larger luchadors, I believe.
That's what I said. Spatula.
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 Spatula. Spatula versus Cinder. Didn't I call him, man?
Return to Cinder.
We had return of multiple former UWA superstars, which I guess doesn't really make them former if they're back now. Anyway, we had Spatula versus Cinder. Cinder getting the win with what I have to say is one of the most beautiful top rope double axe handle drops I've ever seen in my life. I don't know how he put Spatula out with that, but that's okay. Let's move on.
Spatula didn't get to win.
Cinder came out with the win. Next up, Cinder went on to face the returning Wild Ace.
I was surprised.
Why?
I didn't expect
I
Wild
told
Ace.
you they're coming back, man.
Oh, in your rumor control.
Wild Ace came out with the victory over Cinder. Next up, it was Wild Ace versus
Another guy comes back.
Big Tim Jim Bob, the Hickster.
Crap.
I've never seen a guy who can fill a match with so many.
This guy is bigger than me,
He's a hefty man.
but he got the crowd going.
You know, I heard he gets his overalls made out of recycled tarps.
Yeah, I think he called Ringling. Okay, what's next?
Quite possible. Tim Jim Bob with a big victory, as far as I'm concerned, over Wild Ace.
Yeah.
Went on to face the OC to the power of 3.
The guy doesn't understand that his name is pretty like
Cock.
that. Just keep your mouth shut, all right?
Colin
We've
Oliver
got-
Carnage. It's his
This
initial.
is a family show.
He has. It's just.
This is
it's
a family.
It's
Go
not
on.
the
Go-
other spelling.
Go on, or I'm ending this show right now.
You can't do that. Anyway, Colin Oliver Carnage with the victory over Big Jim Bob went on to face yet another returning superstar. Thank you very much.
Again.
Super Dave! Let's hear it for Super Dave.
What, you want some freaking music to party to? Like, who cares?
Super Dave, not
super.
quite so super as Colin Oliver Carnage, COC to the
He
power
did
of 3.
fly.
He did fly
He flew.
around the ring.
And only if you were there could you see that.
He got tossed around the ring too. Colin Oliver Carnage, your winner for the 6-man gauntlet.
And the drunk tank loved it.
Of course they do.
He's got his own.
Most of the
bachelor
Cock
fan.
Nation is a drunk tank.
I call them the drunk tank because they drink, and that's the only
because you
reason
have
why.
trouble saying
only
the COC
reason
word.
why they like Colin Oliver
It
Carnage.
has nothing to do with his immense talent or
Whatever.
physique.
Yeah, right.
All right, let's move
That's
on,
fine.
folks.
In a surprise rematch, we had Team Canada, P.D. Williams and Bobby Roode, versus Sean McMillan and Virus, even though they're...
We'll get to that in a second. We had Team Canada finally getting their rematch for title gold.
Finally.
Trying. It's only been since the last show.
Finally!
It's been 3 months since.
I was super happy.
Chaos in the capital. Team Canada won by DQ. We also saw the disintegration of the team of Showtime Sean
That's
McMillan
right.
and
Showtime
Virus.
Sean McMillan can do better on his own.
What? That's scratching my neck, man.
Okay.
Showtime Sean McMillan kind of got clocked by Virus when he wasn't looking, but it was your buddies, Team Canada, coming to Sean's rescue, and
Yeah,
frankly,
exactly.
Virus took quite a beating at the hands
Virus
of Team
got
Canada.
owned. He called me fat. He kept making fun of me. He should have had his mind in the match, all right? Mind in the match, and you wouldn't have this stuff happen to you, all right?
Folks, Team Canada, victory via DQ, no title change. However, after the match, Virus threw down the titles, claiming he was tired of carrying Showtime, tired of having a cruiserweight champion who, as I've said before, wasn't worthy of the title. You got the title, defend the title. Stop. The next night, we'll get to that, a Brockville show. Virus threw down the titles, Chaos in the Capital said their team is no more. That brings us to our next show.
wait.
Keep tuned to find out what happened.
What happened to the tag team titles then? Are
They're
they
vacated.
They're vacated.
Vacated. We'll get to that on the next show. Why are you so eager? Did you eat chocolate?
I
Thought your mom took you off chocolate.
I ate fish.
That's what that smells. Let's move on to our next match. Up next, we had one of your favorite matches,
The Divas.
which was supposed to be a triple threat between Shanaynay, Ice, and Porsche Perez.
I would have stood up and cheered for them, but I had to sit down the whole match.
However, Porsche Perez, now being high-class Hollywood material as now playing, refused to, as
Just like the film.
I believe she put it, I can't use the words she used, but the orientation sexually of Shanaynay and Ice
We'll
came into
just-
question.
we'll just stop it at
We'll leave
that.
that alone for the children, but I believe the other word she likes to use is Yetis. She refused to wrestle against two Yetis who have
Ice isn't that hairy.
who have kept Porsche down for the longest time. She is one of our best divas, but she's been held back time and time again by Shanaynay and Ice. And now, I think she's part of Now Playing. I think you're going to see her star shine a little more.
Although I like Now Playing, I think she was just scared. So,
Either which
the
way,
match.
the match became a singles match. Shanaynay and Ice.
oh,
What a great match.
I wish I was referee.
Whenever
One day, I will talk Dave into putting me.
one
as
day
the
when the
referee.
cops drop the restraining orders. Shut up.
I've been nice.
Let's get down to it.
Stayed away from their house.
Those two divas, Ice and Shanaynay, you got to give it to Porsche. I mean, she's got the talent, but the veterans, Shanaynay and Ice, they put on one hell of a match. You have not seen two women go at it like these two do.
I only
Am I
called
not?
Ice once since the restraining order.
One, two men. In the end, Shanaynay with the Shanaynay drop for the victory. 1, 2, 3. It was all over. Then, of course, we had a little
More scuffle.
little more Porsche Perez come in, put some
Well,
boots down.
that's good because then there's 3 women in the ring, and everyone knows how many women I love, and
I need a taser.
as many as I can get.
I need like a dog shot
And-
collar for you.
Oh,
When you just start rambling,
3 in a
Jolts
row, and they just like, oh,
let's move on to our next match. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to discuss the main event. The moment you were all waiting for. Unfortunately, at the beginning of the show, UWA promoter Dave Dalton came out and explained due to personal issues, the man-beast Rhino was unable to make it to Ottawa for the show.
but if you save your ticket, you get
$10 off at our next show. Any fans in Ottawa who have their ticket from Chaos in the Capital, hold on to that puppy. That's $10 off our next show.
Now I know you're asking what's the next show.
That's like the
wow.
You're gonna pay the same price you pay to go watch that other Fed on the other side there do their garbage. Only, you know, it's us.
I have no idea who you're talking.
We're the
about.
better product. Main event.
They don't have the film.
Sabu was still here. The homicidal, genocidal, suicidal Sabu.
Now, I went to the back and I talked to Sabu for a second. I said, "Hey, Sabu, can I have an interview for UWA Underground?" And he walked away.
As most do. Certain, I've said it before, you know the rules that we had in place. It became a street fight, but since we didn't have Rhino, it came a heavyweight title shot for Sabu against the reigning UWA heavyweight champion, Abyss. So tell us, Phil, what did you think, man? It was a short match, but I've never seen two men victimize each other like that.
They almost ran over me, man. They went to the outside. They threw chairs all over the place.
Sabu loves wielding a chair.
A table.
You know, if Sabu was like born 200 years earlier, he'd make a great blacksmith.
I wouldn't be surprised
He
if
wields
Sabu
steel like you would not believe.
gave birth to a chair. Anyway,
Abyss just manhandled Sabu. Tried to put him through a table. Unfortunately, the table was a little stronger than
won
they
the match. That's what I say.
Unfortunately, the table was a little stronger than we expected, and it didn't give.
The
Sabu
legs broke. The legs of the table went through the mat into the wood of the mat. There was lots of force on that table.
Any normal man would not survive a choke slam onto a table from Abyss. But we're talking Sabu.
I was going to challenge Abyss, but
the guy isn't all there.
I'm
and
scared now.
in the end, we came out with a brand new UWA champion, Sabu, with a leg drop, with the title belt across the face of Abyss. For the 1,
Things went
2, 3.
crazy.
All hell broke loose. We had fights breaking out
Bobby
into
Roode,
the back.
A1.
No, we didn't. That was the last show.
No, that was chaos in the Capitol.
Dang. I was in the back for that. All I know was I ran out to pull the table out of the ring, the broken table, and that puppy didn't want to come out. They bent it so bad I couldn't get it through the ropes. Folks, stay tuned. We should have an interview coming up, and on top of it, stay tuned. Next week, Fallout results. You're not going to want to miss it. So much updates, so much went on. Fallout ended up being, as far as I'm concerned, no offense to UWA, the better of the two shows.
Great, and you gotta go to every UWA show to see
We promised.
what happens.
We promised Chaos in the Capitol was going to be the biggest. I promised that. I apologize because Fallout, I said they were going to blow the roof off. Hell, they tore down the building.
For one match in particular, just
We'll get to that next week. Let's get to some interviews, shall we?
all right.
Love wrestling? On October 1st, Spike TV gives you more of what you love. Total non-stop action. TNA Impact, hitting slamming Saturday nights at 11, October 1st on Spike TV.
All right, I'm Donnie Dangers. I'm here with one of our other UWA refs, Twiggy the ref. Canadian made, eh? Big
Canadian made.
Team Canada fan.
Oh yeah.
I love this shirt. Look at it. Look at it. TNA and 100% Canadian made. That's describing Phil. Thank you.
This is supposed to be an interview segment for him. You're blocking the view.
Fine.
What was that about?
I don't know.
Okay.
So what's it like being a UWA ref, man?
Actually, I've had a great time. It's
Yeah?
been a really good ride all
Excellent.
the way through. Well, for the most part, you know, I've had a couple of bumps and bruises along the way.
A couple. Let's get into that. I heard you were the ref for the Kingston match between Jason Cage and Abyss.
Yep.
You
Yes,
had
I
your
was.
butt handed to you then.
Yeah.
Spring Mayhem.
Spring Mayhem.
You had your butt handed to you then. We've shown that in the highlight reel with Abyss giving you that massive backbreaker, man. You take a lot of punishment for a guy your side.
Yeah.
We
I
also
do.
had you yet again in Chaos in the Capitol in the Sabu Abyss main event.
That's right.
And you took another butt whooping there.
Well, you know, it's all a part of being the referee, you know? You got to do your job. And unfortunately, with a guy like Abyss, he's the monster, right? He's unpredictable. You never know.
Better you than I always say. So, what's been your favorite match to be a ref for so far?
I really have to say the match with Sabu and Abyss. I'd say the Brockville match was pretty good too with Bobby Roode. Bobby Roode going over for the title.
Stay tuned for our next episode where we will get into Fallout, which he was the ref for there
That's
as well.
right. It was like I say, great show. Fans were great. I love working Brockville. They've always got a great crowd, really smart fans.
Now you were right in the middle of things at Chaos in the Capitol when
right.
Abyss tried to put Sabu through the table. Didn't quite work out that way.
Didn't quite work out.
Table
as you
didn't
know,
give. The table went through the ring before the table.
which
Sabu
could have.
went.
That's right. Could have been the most brutal spot I've ever seen in my entire life.
But Sabu is a warrior. He got right back up and kept going on.
That's right. And like you say, better them than me.
Exactly.
Forget it.
So, if you could have any match, any Have you ever reffed a diva match?
Not for the UWA, but I have reffed a lot of diva matches throughout the rest of Ontario.
Excellent.
I'm
you
really
haven't
impressed
been privy to our divas yet, huh?
I haven't, but I have been impressed with their work.
You get slapped around by them, you know
know,
that. Ask Edme.
Well, hey.
He likes it, though.
Yeah, that's the thing, you know?
All right. Well, like I said, dream match. Who would it be?
If I could put two wrestlers together, who would it be?
Anybody. It doesn't even have to be on our UWA roster.
You know who I'd really like to see work together?
Who's that?
I'd really like to see AJ Styles versus Chris Benoit.
Wow. Dang, I can't even reply to that. I've never even thought of that type of match.
Yeah?
AJ Styles.
You've
and Chris
got your
Benoit.
speed, you've got your technical ability, you've got, both of them are big time crowd favorites.
Yep.
Crowd would be right into that match.
So were you disappointed that you didn't get to ref a Sabu Rhino match? Or were you just as happy to be mangled by Abyss once again?
Well, Mangled by Abyss has its pluses, not so much. But, you know what? Come to think of it, I'd rather get squashed by Abyss than gored by Rhino.
That's true, man. Well, it's been a great pleasure having you on the show, man.
Thank you, Donnie.
Hope to have him back again. Folks, Twiggy the Ref,
Thank you very much.
have a good one, man. All right, man.
The vacated tag team titles. I want to talk about those because who's going to get them?
I just got an interview with Twiggy the Ref, man. Donnie Dangerous
I have
scores
more
another
on-
major interview.
I have more on my mind, like who's going to have the tag team titles? What's going to happen with them? What wrestlers are going to like freaking get the title?
Hey, it's the Daytona Beach bad boy Jason Cage coming at you live and in living color, baby. And it is good to be on Underground representing the Universal Wrestling Alliance.
Jason Cage. Hey,
You
man.
saying something?
How's it
What's
going,
on,
brother?
big fella?
How's it going, man?
What's going on, Big Phil? Good to see you always at the matches.
The Phil.
The Phil. Whatever.
Jason
Whatever works for you,
Cage.
sister.
UWA superstar? Man, you're flying high right now. You've had matches against Abyss.
Coming off some big wins.
Big wins, man. You've unfortunately been stuck a little mid-carding lately, though. With the
Yes,
likes
I
of
have.
Chris Cage.
Well, you got
And I'm
Abyss
not
against
happy, and I don't want to bring up the Chris Cage thing. I think we discussed this beforehand. I should straighten this out. Everybody's been
Sorry,
wondering
Mark.
who is Chris Cage and how is he associated with the Daytona Beach bad boy? Let me tell you. First of all, he's
Your
not my
brother's
brother.
brother.
He's not my brother. He's not my cousin.
Your dad.
He's not involved with the Daytona Beach bad boy in any way. So I'm not happy about that at all.
That's
He's
good
a
to
great wrestler. I'll give him the props for that. But as far as that, that's as far as the association goes. And he's going to take an ass kicking anyway, just for trying to take my name.
So he's your sister.
You heard it here, folks. Now, I
I call everybody
understand.
sister.
I understand the Daytona Beach Bad Boy has 3 goals to do in his wrestling career. You've accomplished 2 of them, I understand. What
Two
are
of them.
those 2?
I've been working 2 years as a professional wrestler. It'll be September. 2 years. Thank you very much.
Excellent.
I had 3 goals when I started. First one was to work with a top star today, which would be the Monster
Man
Abyss, 6
Monster
foot 8,
Abyss.
350 pounds.
As
I
said,
came
to Twiggy,
within
better than
inches of beating him. Inches.
Really close too.
Really close.
As I said to Twiggy, better you than I, man.
That was a tough one. Let me tell you. He
Didn't you
kicked
beat
the
up
living crap
Mathis
out of
at
me.
the end of that?
I did beat up Mathis, and that felt good. And I know you'll like that too. I know how you get
He
along
ripped
with
up my
Mathis.
sign. But yeah, let's go.
Goal
So,
number 2.
Goal number 2 was to wrestle with a former WWE star.
And who was this?
That was the one and only Honky Tonk Man.
Nicely done.
Yes,
80s
the Honky Tonk
superstar.
Man, the Honky Tonk
Best
Man.
intercontinental champion ever.
That's correct. The greatest Intercontinental Champion.
Wasn't he a
ever.
gold or
Man,
platinum record star as well at
Yes,
one
he
point?
was. Was it Honka Honka Honky Love or something
Honka
like
Honka
that?
Burnin' Love, I believe it
Honka,
was.
yeah. The
And
Honky Tonk Man.
Third one. What is the third
Third
goal
one
yet to be obtained by?
is to win championship gold. As I say, all the ladies love the pearl necklaces, and we all know the Daytona Beach bad boy can deliver with the
That-
pearl necklaces.
Didn't happen yet, did it?
But the Daytona Beach, well, your girlfriend says she likes the pearl necklaces, so I gave
Doesn't
her a
have
pearl
girlfriend,
necklace.
That was his mom.
Is that your mom? Tell her I said hi. Again, the ladies like the pearl necklaces. The Daytona Beach bad boy likes the gold belts.
Now, I understand there's a bit of a dilemma going on here. you're considered heavyweight material, yet you're also in class to be cruiserweight. Is that not correct?
You're exactly right, and I think the fans should take that up with the Universal Wrestling Alliance.
Right
You know what?
feedback.
The way I look at it is, am I working for the heavyweight title, or am I shooting for the cruiserweight title?
Well, we don't exactly have a lot of cruiserweights. I mean, we have Showtime Sean McMillan, former champion now.
Awesome
Virus.
Good guy, nothing.
I hate it.
Virus, throw me another one. Yeah, Virus. You know
Dino
what?
Cheeky.
The bouncing jumping
Aren't they
bean.
like featherweights?
That's right, and I think I'm done with the Hollywood humps there. Dino and Cheeky and Castor
How
McQueer.
many goals?
Don't call him that.
how, many,
McQueer?
how many victories do you have now over the group of now playing?
Several. We'll just say several, but it's done. It's done and over with. You know what? I wanted a championship belt, and the way I looked at it is I got to get through the former champions. So Castor McQueer, I eliminated him in our last match. Porsche Perez, or whatever her name is, I know she was checking me out.
Have you ever
anyway.
thought of going for like the women's title?
The women's title?
It's
Well,
free to slap.
I believe your mom had a belt, and I did wear that, but that was about it.
That's a proud man right here.
Good man there, Blue Meanie.
All right. So what can we expect from Jason Cage, the Daytona Beach bad boy, in the near future from UWA?
Well, this year, or within the next year, I'm going to win championship gold. You'll note at the end of every match that I win, I'm doing this, and it's because
He's hungry.
It's because I'm hungry. That's right.
it's
The
only a
Daytona
matter of
Beach
time.
Bad Boys bring in championship gold home. I don't care what anybody says, and whether I have to beat Abyss or the current champion, Bobby Roode. I don't care who I need to go through. I'm bringing that belt home, or I'll take on Virus too, the Mexican jumping bean or whatever the heck he is, Spider-Man or
Not
whoever he is.
Mexican.
You heard it here, folks. It's only a matter of time before we see gold around this waist. Daytona Beach bad boy, Jason Cage. Thank you so much for your time, brother.
Thank you,
Hope
my
to see
man.
you back on the show soon.
Thank you, my man.
You can say
It's
that.
all about the ladies and it's all about the gold, and they're both going to be at my next match, hopefully. The gold will be around here, the ladies will be on my arm. I'll save this one for your mom too there, Phil.
Stop it!
Thanks a lot.